Alright, gang. Ertl Ford LGT 145 garden tractor, I guess is what it's considered. Really didn't look much into it. I do recall seeing these around. I never had one of these as a kid. But as a kid, I always wanted my parents to have a big riding mower with a trailer. I really don't have a reason why. I just always did. So when I bought my first house, I didn't have a big enough yard that would necessitate a large riding tractor with a trailer. But when I bought the current house I'm in, I have an acre backyard and an acre front yard. So, and then a property on each side of the house. So I figured I'd buy me a riding mower and trailer. My mower is a Troy-built Bronco, and it has a red trailer that I bought separately. But I always wanted that setup, and I'm glad I have it, because when my nieces and nephews were younger, I would drive them around in the yard in the trailers. Pretty much all that trailer's ever been used for, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever used it for anything else other than pulling kids around the yard. But this deal, I couldn't pass up. Paid $15 for it. And of course it's used out of the box, but I believe it's 100% all there. We're talking about the tractor first. Light paint wear, some chips. The wheels do turn, the steering does. Decals, you know, typical. They're not exactly on there straight, but they're on there. And this decal is the best condition of all of them. And there's one on the back. The steering wheel, I noticed that after I got this, I looked online, you know, eBay, Etsy, Google, and a lot of them were missing the steering wheels. And I got to looking at this steering wheel, and it actually had a crack. So what I ended up doing was, I hope it comes out, turn it a little bit. I put a little zip tie around it because this steering wheel was cracked on both sides and I didn't want it to come off, and plus it's just going to sit on a shelf. Actually, I have a different idea. I'll show you in a second. It's 5 inches long. I think I've already said that. I love Ford. I'm pro Ford. I hate blue. I wish it had the color was a different color, but oh well. Wheels, pretty good shape. No cracks, no tears. No tears. It's plastic. It rolls fairly well. I mean, it is not the best roller, but again, it does fairly well for this age. And the trailer. Now the trailer, the hook. Oh my gosh, look at that hook. I bet you they couldn't put a hook like that on a kid's toy nowadays. You could snatch a shark out of the ocean with that hook. Trailer rolls pretty well. This one does have the tailgate on it. And I also noticed that most of the trailers are missing the tailgates. And something I didn't know about this trailer until, you know, I got to goofing around with it. I flipped it over to read the bottom side to see if there was a date, and there's no date. It just says Ertl Company, Dyersville, Iowa, made in USA. Then I noticed right here the bed tilts. That is cool. I wasn't even looking for that. I just figured it was just fixed like that. Now I'm not sure the years these were put out. I'm not even sure what year the tractor's modeled after. I don't have, and I got a couple of press steel tractors. One of them, well, I think one of them's I think both of them are international. One I bought at a pet, what is it called, pet rescue yard sale kind of thing, and the other one was one of my youngest brothers when he was a kid. There's videos of course of those posted as well. But again, I don't know the years these were sold. I think that they had different versions. I don't know if they're the same castings. They probably could be. I know the trailers would be, but I've seen, and I'm thinking they're all about Ertl. Like I said, I haven't done much researching on this, but I've seen the John Deere, this, you know, garden tractor. Oh my gosh. Is it Cub Cadet garden tractor, or maybe somebody else, a different color version? I'm not sure how many different versions they sold. And again, I'm not sure when these were out. Never had one as a kid. Love it. It's perfect. I'm going to find a spot. I actually don't have room for this item in my, what used to be my office, which is now just a room full of pressed steel, die cast, you name it, plastic, cars, trucks, some other things. But I do have an idea about something I want to do. Let me show you something here. I also picked this up. It's missing the wheels. I didn't know much about it, but the reason why I grabbed it was the front end. That front end is modeled after a 65 Ford pickup. I had a 66 Ford pickup with the grill. The trucks were the same, the grill was different on the 66. But I grabbed this as you see it. Not knowing much about it other than I recognized struck toe. And got it home, and I thought I might have had a set of axles and wheels for it, but I don't. So I'm going to have to pick up something cheap to get some axles and wheels. Now I only have, to my knowledge, just one other struck toe item, and that's the Corvair truck, which is an awesome truck. But when I got this home, got to looking at it, trying to figure out what exactly it was, all that's going on was struck toe farm, so I realized it was a farm truck and it was missing gates. Not sure if it came with cattle, but I did see a picture of a struck toe cow by itself, actually on eBay for sale, and there's supposed to be air horns on the roof and mirrors on the side. Now my thought when I picked this up was to repaint it, but I'm not sure what color it would be, and put this on it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Now, will that happen? Hard to say. I got so many things going on right now. This will probably be something that'll be stuck on this, the truck that is. It'll probably be something stuck on the back burner until time will be available. Just all not fitting in the picture there. But then again, I may just go crazy and get everything up, strip it, spray it. I'm not the world's greatest painter at all, but I've been watching some videos online about how to make things look rusty and weathered, and I might try it on this. I will paint the grill and bumper white because they do have some rust issues and pitting. Plus, I want it to look like an old truck. But the reason why this might go on the back burner is because I also picked up over the weekend an AMF, I think it's number 508 fire truck pedal car. It's got some issues because, you know, these things were old and well loved. They lasted forever, and they probably got passed down from parent to kid to grandkid. This one's missing the ladders that I have. It's missing the ladder racks. I got to replace the bell, and the seat's got some damage in it where the axle, rear axle, or however you want to call it, bolts to it. But I picked it up as well, and I'm really thrilled about that because I used to have a Murray pedal car, and loved it to death when we were kids. And I don't know what happened to it. It probably got pitched or given away. That's country folk, you know, hand toys down to other kids around in the neighborhood, so there's no telling what happened to it. But anyway, quite pleased with the Ford LGT 145. Kind of is not the right word. I am happy about the struck toe Ford pickup. Don't know the year it came out. I can't tell you anything else about it. It's a shame that it's got a lot of rust issues on one side versus the other, but you know, that's the way a lot of these old pressed steel toys were. They got thrown in buildings or, you know, under porches or whatever and forgotten. And this side is a lot better than this side. It's got a lot of paint loss, and that's the front I'm talking about, the rust around the headlight and in the bumper. So I'm gonna knock all that off and just scuff it down and paint it white. And white was the inexpensive color that most trucks had back in the 60s. White grills and white bumpers. Anyway, primarily just show you guys my Ford LGT 145. I would love to have one of these in real life just to ride around my neighborhood in. I think it would be great, but now to buy one of these is just ridiculous. A full-size one, that is. But that's it. That's all I got on this one. I'm glad you watched. Have a great day.